Okay, today is July 8, 2015. I thought I'd do a quick video just to follow up on the S&P 500 scenario that I put forth last weekend. If you haven't watched that video, I suggest that you go and watch that before you watch this one. Otherwise, you probably won't be able to follow much on it, and you purely be watching this video for the sake of watching. So anyway, just a little heads up. So you might want to save yourself some time. Okay, so let's start off, looking at the, that head and shoulder pattern that we talk about, and going back to put that on the line chart here, and we can see that head and shoulder a little bit more vividly. You see this head and shoulder here. Okay, all right. Let me get my pen here. All right. So this is the head and shoulder, and this is a neckline that we're talking about at the 2080 15. And it broke that. Remember that if we go back to the candlestick chart here, remember when I was making that video, Greece just got the vote on the referendum, and it was a no, and the future was already down, like pretty much down to say somewhere around these close to this 2040 level here. So you can see on Monday, although it doesn't show here because of the pre-market number doesn't show up on this chart here, but it actually went down to close to this 2040 area and then bounced back. Okay, then yesterday we got this big follow through on the downside, and then we kind of got it snap back. They got everybody excited, thinking that the flush might be over, and ready to do a reversal and going back on the way up. Well, that might be true, but as it turned out, that's not the case, right? You see this big candle coming down today, and it's just another big flush day. Okay, so you could see that going back to the line chart here, and just to go and on this head and shoulder pattern. And I was talking about that we're going to get this retracement here. That's that possibility if I got this Fibonacci tool here. So it's kind of came up to this 38.2, and then we'll want to see it come back down. So, and also the major move, we got that major move coming down to somewhere around this 2040 area. Okay, on this head and shoulder pattern. Then now we're also saying on the my scenario is that there's a possibility that it could come down to this 2040 area, and then maybe it kind of consolidate and then come back up and maybe bounce up and then form another right shoulder here. So now this head and shoulder pattern, become this big head, and then here's the left shoulder, and now we got this bigger head and shoulder pattern with this this major move, and then with this major move, that's will bring it down to somewhere around this particular close here, which will be the 1972 level. So if we use the Fibonacci extension tool, and let me set this up using this as the new neckline, and you can see that at the 78.6, which is close to somewhere around 1969, I believe. Let me see, could I get that a little bit okay. So see here is that's a 1969, so which is pretty close to this 1972 level, right? And that is the December closing low, okay, the low close of December of last year. And that's what we're talking about, because we're basically looking at this particular retracement here, this particular major move, and if we get this thing down to 80%, then that would bring it up to close to this particular level here, this 1972. And if it get down to 100% retracement, I mean that major move, then we're talking about maybe 1950. But right now we're essentially looking at a 78.6, which is close to that 1972 level. Okay, so again, that's basically it. We're basically looking for this thing to morph into another head and shoulder pattern. Right. So right now it's already playing out this particular head and shoulder. We saw this guy here. Right. So it's playing out this one here with a major move from here. So this is the the 80% point. Okay. Right. So if we come back down here on this let's say this is the neckline here. So you can see this 80% move is 2040.78, which is closest this 2039.69. Okay, so essentially we're probably looking for a little bit more downside, or it might even bounce from here, right? There's nothing sacred about the neckline. It had to be a horizontal line. It could be, a little bit of a slopey line here. It could be something like this, right? But still, the major move is very similar. Right, the distance is not that much of a different. Either this come down and actually form a neckline at 2040, or it just form a neckline here and then start bouncing back up. So it could get back up here and then come down. So then so that's the this particular neckline will be the break of the bigger head and shoulder. Okay, so good luck.